Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, I guess. It is currently 5 minutes past 9 p.m. in Japan, and the season will close in about 2 hours, 3 hours. It's 2 p.m. here. It should close at around 5 p.m. Hang on. Okay, wait. Okay, so originally I was planning to play Loire today, and I built a deck. I made a whole like stream interface to play Loire, and I also made like the thumbnail to play Loire. But then it occurred to me like 20 minutes ago that okay, I can't play Loire if I'm gonna try and stay in the top 100 because I don't know how to play Loire. So I would definitely lose, a lot playing that deck. So we are not playing Loire today, and I made a thumbnail, a different thumbnail than the one I made like several days ago. But I I completely forgot that I also made the interface specifically, so I still have it set up in the Loire interface, and I forgot to change it. But I don't think I can change it without showing it. I don't think I can edit it without okay. Because I have to transition to that scene to edit like the PNGs and stuff. Hang on, okay. Let's have a look, okay? I guess it's not the end of the world if the Loire interface gets like spoiled. Okay. Now we should have game audio. Here's the interface I made for today. Maybe we should just use this interface. Hang on. I also made like a different, I did a, I'll just show you what I made. I made something that is same but different compared to what we've had before. So I'll just add that. I really should have done this before I started the stream. Every day is like, every day is a school day. Hang on. So this might seem like I'm just adding several of the same image, but I promise it will make sense in about 2 seconds. Okay. So these are transparent, and then I can add. Hang on. Where did you go? Okay, so I guess I should just remove these. Da da da. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do the background ones first. And then I can add this on top. And then blue stacks should be sandwiched in between. Moving files around and like the layer is kind of hard. It's one of the things that I don't really super like about XSplit is that there might be some better way to do it, but you just kind of drag and drop it, and I just find it kind of unwieldy, There he goes. Then here's the other one. So it's practically the same, it's just that there's some transparency. I made like bigger versions. Okay, but now you can see the chat. Okay, hang on. Where is the chat? I'll just add like a new chat. Put it on here. It doesn't look like it's connected. Am I even live? Yeah, it should be. Yeah. Just checking. Okay. Now we're kind of done, I guess. All right. Oh yeah, where did the logo go? Where's the Vanguard Zero logo? There. Because it won't scroll in like. There we go. There it is. I made it really small before. Let's make it big again. There we go. Okay. I'm currently like 89th place. I did play like a warm-up game just before starting the stream, which I lost, so I dropped a few places. I was like 87th place and now I'm 89th. So yeah, I feel like even if I drop to 0 points, it might be like I might just barely stay in the top 100. So yeah, let's just jump right in. I haven't really, I guess I'll just play Chrono Trigger today again, which is it's a little bit boring. I guess we can play something else if I end up dropping to 0 points anyway. We can change it halfway through to something else. In my experience, I feel like in these last few hours, generally the 100, like the top 100 generally stays mostly the same. I guess because people don't want to play too much, because you know, if you're close, like if you're like up here, like if you have like 60 or 70 points, then playing the game can actually just be like detrimental to your final score. But we'll see what happens. I hope the thumbnail isn't too deceiving, and like it would be perfect if someone shows up and it's like, oh, you're not playing Narukami, even though that's what's in the thumbnail. I just didn't know what to make because I had 5 minutes. Oh, it's Pale Moon. That's the first time I think on stream. The hair is a little bit it's blocking the view a little bit. Hello gamers. Yeah. You missed my my very I had to change the layout completely live because I had forgotten to do that. Oh, that's a nice start. I don't have a grade. I mean, I have a grade 3, but not. Okay. Still not what I wanted, but yeah. You'll have to swipe back and have a look. Okay, this is horrible. This is like a terrible first game so far. Let's just call an intercept. Damage trigger? Okay. Okay, my... Okay. Yes, the noodles were more important. I understand. So I still don't have the right grade 3, which is upsetting, and I checked 2 of them already as triggers. And I also don't have the searcher. Wait, did I write? Yeah, I why did I write the searcher? I guess it was the only grade 3 I had at the time. Except the PG, maybe. Yeah, this isn't going great. Okay, we have her at least. Let's just try the next best thing. And let's just call bunch and hope that it will that my many intercept will protect me. I removed all of the stun triggers out of this, by the way. And I guess the deck is better in some ways. Like, it's more consistent, maybe. But I also feel like it's a little bit less interesting to play like this. When I know it's always either a draw or a heal. What's this? Did they also misride? Or they wrote something. But it's not Lukier or anything. Because this is definitely Silverthorn. So what's... Okay, this is like a... Okay, this is definitely like an emergency ride. And they didn't stride either. So we're definitely in a similarly bad situation. But Silverthorn doesn't need... I mean, they have so many good cards, they don't necessarily need to stride to have a strong-ish turn. Because Marichka is just so strong. Okay, he just gets power. These two get to call if I recall. No, it's place. Yeah, we're both struggling. The cards so good they don't even have to use them. Yeah, I mean some of the time definitely. I mean obviously it's still like ideal to be on a grade 3 that actually has a skill. Because this guy says on place you can look at top 3 and put cards into the soul based on their grades. Wait. God, I should not. Jesus. God. I just took 1 damage for no reason. There was no reason to activate that. I thought that was the other Messiah skill, so I just activated it without thinking. Okay. Let's use the counterblast that I just wasted for no reason. Sorry, that I just gained for no reason. Okay. And I don't have the stride skill. I mean, I guess I could do... No, because I want to call over the front row, so it's just... Let's draw a card. Okay. Find you. Do I activate this guy too? Feels a bit risky. If I don't draw a grade 1, sorry, if I don't draw a grade 2, whatever, let's just do it. Yeah, girl. I'm struggling, okay? Let's... Okay, I definitely should not have activated. Whatever. Can I just get something useful, please? Yeah. Come on, can I get a trigger, please? Okay, thank God. Should I activate this? No. Yeah. I definitely did not need to give myself any more damage. My opponent has strided now. Can I check the soul, please? Yeah. I mean, I have a pretty decent defensive hand and I have 3 intercepts, so I might still survive somehow. But the question is if, I mean, yeah, I don't know if I'm coming back from the setbacks. Why am I not allowed to like check any of her units? Come on. I'm not very well versed in Pale Moon in the end. Okay. It's a damage trigger at least. Yeah, and my opponent is also running out of time. Does this have to go in the... Okay, so she can extend like 1 more time after this minimum, I think. Yeah. And she should act... Okay, no. Okay. That went surprisingly well. And I got a Stride Fodder, so that's helpful. Let's see. I guess this is the only way. Because if I hadn't drawn that grade 1 there, I wouldn't have been able to stride, so that was definitely what I needed. Okay, let's time leap something. Oh, okay. Okay. I recovered somehow. I don't think my opponent realized how badly I was doing, to be honest. Because I was not doing very well. I think we both had a very bad game. Yeah, and they're Legend Zero. So they might have just been, you know... Definitely more of a casual player right now. Which is fair. So I'm, like I said before, I'm currently like 89th place. So I just want to stay in the top 100. I don't have like a specific goal. And honestly, I feel like I would stay in the top 100. Like, I'm fairly confident I would stay in the top 100 even if I didn't play at all today, because there's just like 2 hours left, and in the last like 2 hours, it's like 2 or 3 hours left, and in the last few hours the rankings don't tend to move that much. Maybe like at the very, very bottom. So I might, if I don't play, I might still be in the top 100, but I would drop. Well, I would end up in like 101st or something. So yeah, I don't have like a super specific goal. I said before, the original plan today was actually to play Luard. And I might still play some Luard later, depending on how things go. Like if we climb to, what is it, 28th? I might bust out Luard and just mess around for like the last hour or 2 hours. But yeah, the goal is just to stay in the top 100 and just try and, I guess, go as high as possible without, you know, completely... like, I don't want to bust my ass playing, you know. But just try to, I guess, climb to 28 would be really nice. Because then I feel like I will be very secure in my top 100. I remember I was like 70 something, and this was a while ago. And it was a fairly popular season. It was one of like the Chronojet seasons. I think it was Chronojet Z. I was like 70 something, and I was really busy that day, and I couldn't play at all. Because the app changes the day, like the day changes in the app, like the day timer or whatever, like resets at 5 a.m. Japanese time, but the season ends at midnight Japanese time. So for me, midnight is like, depending on what time of year it is, it's either like 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. So I was super busy that day, and I didn't have time to play at all, and I was checking like the app whenever I had some free time. I was checking the app throughout the day, being like, oh, am I still in the top 100? And then in the final 2 or 3 hours, I didn't have the time to even do that. So when I got home, I was super stressed out. But it turned out that I was still in the top 100. I had only dropped like a few, like 5 or 6 placements in the last few hours. So I was totally safe. So I should be safe today as well. I only have experience with Proseka, where if you want to finish in the top 10k, you have to play non-stop the last hours before the event ends. Yeah, I have no idea how the points in that game works, but I guess obviously it depends on how many people play the game. It obviously also depends on how long sessions are, because the thing is that in Vanguard Zero, to play one game can take you 30 minutes. So playing for an extra hour or 2, you can only get in like 4 games, maybe 5 or 6 games at the very most. And 5 or 6 games generally, like if it's a like a regular season with no like point boosts or anything, 5 or 6 games, if you're in like Legend 20 or Legend 30, 5 or 6 games isn't gonna radically change where you are in the ranking. So unless you get super duper lucky and only have super short games, or only have games where the opponent gives up like halfway through and stuff like that, the placement isn't gonna change that much. So but I guess in like a rhythm game where the sessions are like maybe 3 to 5 minutes, I feel like the final hours can still make a huge difference because of the like accumulative points that you can make during the time. But even in Vanguard Zero, it's like 2 or 3 hours. Ultimately, even if you win every single game, it's like, even if you win every single game or lose every single game, it's like not a huge difference. So you really have to play like, you have to really like plan the time that you set aside like in those 2 weeks before the season ends, because that's the only way to like be guaranteed to like end at a certain ranking, you know. Yeah, this should hit. Why is the chat blank now? I was just trying to see the longer messages. There we go. Hang on, I'm concentrating. I guess we should do it like this. This is Kagero, so I don't know how much of a difference it makes to call the extra intercept. But I guess we'll find out. I mean, I don't think I was gonna be able to make that much of a difference anyway. Oh my god, it didn't hit! Okay, I need to pay better. That doesn't hit either, okay. Very sad. Yeah, I had to do that one time. I had work the day the event ended, so the night before I grinded until I was in spot like 6,500 or something before going to bed, and then I prayed all day, lol. Yeah, it was kind of a similar situation to me. But I guess I kind of also, I kind of learned that day that, you know, even if I would have played, it might not have made that much of a difference, you know. I guess if you're about to climb, then it can make a difference, you know. But yeah. I remember one time, it was May, I believe. What if it was June? In like 2019, or was it 2020? No, it should have been like 2021. Because my parents had their like 30th anniversary that month, and I was super involved with like preparations and stuff. Like, it was during the pandemic, so we didn't have like a huge party or anything. Like, it was just like the very like closest family, like me and my parents. But I had like kind of taken it upon myself to kind of do all these different things to kind of prepare for like the celebration for just the 3 of us. And I was so busy that month with like other stuff. And that month I was also trying to get like in the top 1,000. Like, I was so badly, you know, trying to rank, because that was like the Agloval season, and he's one of my favorite cards, so I was like, I have to be in the top 1,000. I have to. So I was trying so hard during those 2 weeks, but because I was so busy, I just didn't have the time that I would have needed to play, and it was like a pretty competitive season. So just getting into like the top 1,000 was quite demanding. Okay, this is bad. And in the end, I didn't make it. And I was completely like heartbroken. And I was heartbroken for ages. Like, it took me ages and ages to get over it. I'm still not fully over it, because I was grinding so hard in the time that I had to grind. And yeah, it was, and in the end, when I saw like the final result, I was like 1,047 or something like that, so I was super close. Like, I was super close to getting into the top 1000, but it was just like not enough. Like, if I had climbed like 1 or 2 more legend ranks, it definitely would have been safe. I definitely would have been in like the top, sorry, like the bottom rung of like the top 1000, but it was just not enough. So every time I ran into another gold platinum player who had like the SP Agloval from that season, I would like see red, and I would be I would get so competitive, and I would get so like, I wanted to win so bad against every single person that had the SP, because I thought to myself that, you know, I deserve the SP. It should be my SP and not yours. So every single time I feel like I had a pretty good, like, I feel like it worked because I feel like I did quite well during those games. So yeah, anger is a good motivator. The pro second sessions are like 3 minutes, even shorter if you get into a tiering group to save time and play only the most meta songs over and over. Yeah, that's kind of what I imagine is the difference. Because like Vanguard Zero games are long, they're kind of like, they're not generally even that much shorter than like a regular Vanguard game. Like, obviously shorter, but okay, there's a lot of crits involved right now. Can I even guard this? Okay, I can, thank God. If you don't play, you will drop in the rankings. The only way to keep your spot, or maybe climb very little, is to play non-stop. Yeah, no. Yeah, it was a sad time. I also had a project I went in like that for me, like a couple of hundred below the 10k. It was heartbreaking, and I didn't want to play for weeks after that. Protagonist mode activated. Yeah. I feel like I personally have a tendency to become quite motivated by failure. But everyone is different, you know. But I'm very stubborn generally. Like, I like, to a fault, I can be like so super stubborn. And it's not always a good thing, you know. Sometimes it's, when things aren't going great, sometimes it's better to take a break. I'm the type who's, when things aren't going well, I'm more inclined to invest even more time, which again, not super healthy. Let's just call it PG so I can guarantee. Wait, I have, no. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I can understand being demotivated by something like that. Also, Pro Sekka is like, isn't it like one of the most popular app games to exist? Like, in the past few years. Like, Vanguard Zero is not even in the same like universe of like popularity. So I imagine if the player base was bigger, obviously those last few hours might make more of a difference. Okay, we did climb to 28, and it was not nearly as hard as I thought it would be. Yay. There is like a double, like ever since they stopped giving us the sets, we've had like a permanent VP up. So I said last time that it was like 1,000 points for every damage you did, but that was actually wrong. It's 500. I'm so used to the numbers being doubled because they have been for so many months now. Quote right there. I'm going to assume that this was about me saying that sometimes when things are going bad, it can be good to take a break. I'd assume that comment was about, because I think it's the only thing I've said in a while that was like quotable. Oh! This is fun. This is the first time we've had this matchup, I think. This is kind of a rough matchup. Okay, it's even rougher when I don't have the cards. Should I keep this hand? No, I want to exchange. No, it was I am motivated by failure. Okay, yeah. That's also kind of fair. I mean, obviously it depends, but yeah. I just hate giving up on stuff in general. Because it makes me just feel like I will never again have a chance. Like, I don't like the idea of things ending in like a bad place, I guess. But yeah, it obviously depends on the situation. I don't keep super track of the app rankings in JP, but I think I see Project a lot in those top 10 played apps lists. Yeah, I would assume that it's definitely, like, I think it's definitely like the most popular like rhythm game. Maybe Bandori is like very like around the same kind of spot, but I feel like Prosega is more popular than Bandori now. Like, quite, maybe even like significantly more popular. Like card game apps, I feel like they're generally quite niche in general. Or niche? It's niche, right? Except for like Hearthstone, maybe? But even Hearthstone, I feel like it's not as popular as it used to be. I feel like it's kind of nice to play an app that isn't super popular. It definitely kind of gives you like more of an incentive to play, I guess. But I guess it goes both ways. I just feel like the older I get, the less interested I am in like being a part of like those huge like communities. Like, I talk a lot with my brother about like because obviously we both played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, and he's still kind of involved sort of. He's, you know, with the Yu-Gi-Oh community, but even he says that, you know, he can't, like, he doesn't want to get too involved with it because it's just so big, and when it's so big it also tends to be very like divisive or divisive, which means that the community can become very like hostile. Since Genshin added a card game mode, you could say Genshin is the most popular card game app. Yeah, I guess. That's fair. Reminds me of when I played like I never actually played Red Dead Online because the original Red Dead Online shut down before I ever even had a chance to try it, and I never played Red Dead 2 online. But I remember thinking that if I played online, I would probably just play poker and do nothing else. Is it fair? I don't know, I guess. Maybe not. I'm just saying words. Okay, I have a resist, so I guess let's call her. And let's hope I can get another one. Oh, I definitely should have activated the booster god. I'm stupid. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's actually amazingly super good. Let's just call over it. Draw trigger. Second check. Third check. Draw trigger? Ah, it's not enough. But I guess we can activate it. People play this card now? Hang on. Okay, so when it's locked, you can countercharge one. That's pretty good. No, wait, it's when it's... Is it when it's locked or unlocked? I never learned to read the difference. Yeah, it's unlocked. When it's unlocked, you can lock a car. Sorry, you can countercharge. It also has resist, which means that you have to lock it with a... Yeah, you have to lock it with your own skill. He's, you know, he's giving it his all. He's passionate about his line of work. Okay, my booster got locked, but it's not the end of the world, I think. I should be okay. Oh, I pulled a bunch off stream and I managed to pull at least one more of these. Did I even manage to get two? I don't think so. But yeah, so my Link Joker deck should be more complete now. Critical. So that's 621. And this is like... Oh my god, okay. That was 3 triggers. Was it? Yeah, critical. No, it was 2 triggers. Stand and draw. Is this guy better? He might be. I barely used gear next. But I feel like in this matchup it's pretty good because I get to put cards back into the deck. So it's good, you know, for recycling triggers, but it also means that I can remove cards that could be potential lock targets for my opponent. Guess we call you. Let's go. No. And I really wanted a PG. Let's put you in the hand. Because I feel like without PG this is gonna be difficult. Oh! Healing? That's very useful. I guess I'll just remove all my rear guards. Restand. Attack again. Oh wow. Wow, that's very unlucky. Oh! Oh my god. Yeah, I kind of misplayed because I should have boosted because the booster binds itself, so I did kind of a misplay there because I could have put like a trigger back into the deck instead. That's a strange rewrite. Why would you be... Like, generally you don't want to be in her at all. Yeah, and it's very satisfying to be able to play around Link Joker in different ways. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why the Gear Next is such a good card, because it serves all sorts of different functions. Like you can use it to recycle triggers, you can use it to get rid of your rear guards, and set up matchups. Why did I rewrite? That's so strange. Maybe I'm just not galaxy brain enough to understand why. Did they need soul? No, they have 5 soul. So they should have had more than enough. Very strange. Okay, so she'll be able to restand this guy. And his... Okay, I don't heal, but the damage trigger is very useful. I might die, actually. PG heal. Yeah, I'm pretty dead, I think. Because they have 2 more attacks after this. There's not that much to think about, I think. We should just restand everything. Or is she limited to like... It's like the amount of cards you have in the D zone. Yeah, you can lock and unlock. What? Why didn't they unlock? I guess because she can't get enough power without a trigger, and even without a trigger it could be tricky. Oh my god, I'm gonna survive. The damage trigger saved me. Jesus Christ. That was like a very specific, like if my opponent had like a different, like if this booster had been here and this grade 2 had been here, I would have died. I would have been deceased. Let's just go. Is Heritage? I mean, I guess Heritage is... Okay, I have only 8 cards left in the deck, but we should be fine. Yeah, she's very cute. Oh, I definitely should have rewritten there. Okay, that was... Ah, another misplay. And the game won't let me rewrite, like... Because it goes directly into the stride when I have my extra turn. Draw trigger? I mean, it was kind of a minor misplay, because I only lose 1 attack, but it was still a bit unfortunate. Because the thing is with gears is that like you don't really have like a soul charging engine in this deck, but you still use 1 soul every turn, so it's in your best interest to like occasionally you want to rewrite. Oh my god. Yeah, let's activate that. Like there should only be... Yeah, there's nothing left. No. Oh my god. The muscle memory is terrifying. Yeah. That was a... Oh! Iris is here. Hello! The tiger girl PG looks like a zodiac monster and it strikes fear into my heart, but she's cute. I wonder if... Because the zodiac time beasts have to, like... They have to be older than the Yu-Gi-Oh! Like... Zodiacs? I think. It's kind of like when Yu-Gi-Oh! Also had like a mermaid idol deck for a while, and I was like, oh, I see you. I see what's going on. There's also, I think, a dragon Yu-Gi-Oh! Card that looks very similar to one of the Gear Chronicle units. So it's like 2015, 2016. So, but 2015, 2016 should be around the exact same time. Because Zodiac Time Beast came out in like the latter half of G, which should have been 2015, 2016. So I guess they are maybe almost exactly as old as each other. Yeah, the Dragon Girl Maids is also a bit unoriginal. I mean, Vanguard also rips off like so many things, like Gundam and general like mecha anime, but I think it's more fair to rip off things that aren't other card games, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, but I'd be curious to look up which came up first, the Zodiac Time Beasts or the Zodiac archetype. But if it should have been around the same time, technically, then. Like too close for there to be like any strong correlation. Yeah, it's a mirror match. Hang on. Do I even... God, sometimes you don't even want to pick one of the cards because the choices are just so bad. Come on. Do we call? I guess not. I like Zodiac is 2017, so yeah, it should have been a bit later then, like maybe a year or half a year. Total ripoff then, question mark. Yeah. Let's call Bushiroad's lawyers right now. I don't know if it's like I haven't seen too many of like the Zodiac designs. I just remember hearing about it and kind of maybe seeing a few of them. So I don't know how similar they are even. Like making like an animal themed deck or like a semi-furry themed deck isn't like I don't think it's like a suable offense. So yeah. We need more data. I guess the one thing that which could just be like a total coincidence, but the one thing that I've thought about a little bit when it comes to like the relationship between Vanguard and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that I remember thinking so many times that I really wanted Yu-Gi-Oh! To have a character design where the God, how am I gonna do this? I really wanted a character design for a Yu-Gi-Oh main character that had a contrasting eye color, because we never had that. We only had characters that had the same color as their hair color, or like one of the hair colors is like the same as the eye color. And that always like bothered me. I was, but why can't we have a character with a contrasting hair and eye color? It's so much more visually interesting. And then Vanguard had that. They had Chrono, who has red hair and green eyes, and there's like visually on the show, his green eyes are like super prominent, right? Like if they do like a kind of a fun like visual movement with his character, is always about the eyes, right? And then in Reigns, they had a main character who had like a pink, red, bluish hair color scheme, and then he had these super large, huge, vivid red, green eyes. And visually, similarly, when they had like a visual moment with him, with Yusaku, it would always be about his huge, green, vivid eyes. And I always thought about, you know, maybe that's a coincidence or not. I don't know. I just found it kind of interesting, because even if it's just a coincidence, I feel like even if it's just a coincidence, I still feel like it's a really funny coincidence, because I just remember thinking that, you know, this is something that Yu-Gi-Oh should improve, and then they improved on it, but only did it after Vanguard had already kind of made that visual choice. Yeah, I agree with the argument behind the Dragon Maids. That is definitely just 100% a ripoff. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's you know, it's probably just a coincidence. Like I feel like I am, I feel like a conspiracy theorist just talking about this. But yeah, just because it was something that I had consciously reflected on over the course of like several years' time. I thought, okay, this is what I want, and the Yu-Gi-Oh anime didn't deliver, and then the Vanguard anime delivered, and then the Yu-Gi-Oh anime also delivered, and I was like, huh, this is strange. I should... Okay. Free back row intercepts. Fun. Wait. This costs a counterblast. This does not cost a counterblast, so I do not have much of a choice. Yeah, I can imagine the artist had no choice but to admit it, because it's like a one-to-one. It's not even like that the concept is similar on paper. The execution is also like, it's just 100% identical. Because you can still like have your own take on it, right? You can still have your own take on the concept of dragon maids, I feel like. But it was not their own take, you know? It was just exactly what the television show did. This is why it's very sad to not run stand triggers. Okay, draw. This is still gonna activate, right? Yeah. And now let's put back a bunch of triggers. Yeah, exactly. Stop being a coward and make it real dragons working as maids. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Another gear next situation. I feel like all things considered, the last turn actually went pretty well. I definitely made the right choice. I feel like we definitely have had like the kind of opposite strategies so far. Okay, healing. We do not love to see it. The thing is, I don't even know if going Heritage next turn is even like... Should I? Or is that like a mistake? Cause... Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know. To be completely honest. I mean... Hang on. I still have 3 PGs in the deck. Jesus Christ. Let's just do it. Come on. I am saving that for the next turn because there will be no damage trigger next turn. No heal for me. Okay, 2 heal triggers just down the drain. Yeah. We need to put out some bait to get the PG to come to us. Okay. This guy gets more power. Is it worth like the difference? Okay, hang on. I guess it might be. Wait. Okay, it's based on the... Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. He doesn't activate because it's based on the number of more cards in my G zone, but obviously that number gets reset. Okay, that's very annoying. I feel like there is a small chance that my opponent might survive. Okay, it's not enough. It's not enough. Should I have attacked with the Vanguard first? You definitely have the last PG, I just feel it in my bones. Yeah. Oh my god. I did draw a PG. I don't think it's gonna be enough. I know it's not enough. Because my opponent is now also going to stride Heritage. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I misplayed because I should have attacked with the Vanguard first. Because if I had given the trigger to the rear guard, it would have forced my opponent to guard with a with a PG instead of a heal trigger. So that definitely cost me the entire game, because it was a 2k difference. The column was 24 instead of 26. And that 2k difference is now going to kill me. Yeah, the bones never lie. Because also my opponent had a huge hand. And I wasted both of my hit triggers. Yeah, tragic. Again, that's why math knowledge is important. Because if I had been better at math, I probably would have known, like, without having to calculate anything, I would have known that it would have only been 24. So. And also my opponent actually used every single heal trigger in every single PG that game. Which I did not. Oh, Legend 49, who would have thought? Chrono and chrono violence is a problem in our society these days. Yeah, and it only grows bigger. And that's why they have to shut the app down. We can't have... it's too, you know, it's getting too prominent. Oh! A Tachikase player with one of the overdress skins. What is it with my starting hands? I can never get a grade 3 in my starting hand anymore. Okay, still nothing. Well, it's Tachikase, so I hope I can just win. Yeah, Bushiroad has been enabling the chrono and chrono violence for many years, because they keep making his decks like meta. So you go to locals and it's 98% chrono hits. Then there is, you know, there's no way around it. When will the victims get justice? I think the biggest victims actually might be the non-Gear Chronicle players. Yeah. They revealed the Ezel cards. Was it today or yesterday? I think it should have been yesterday. I just wasn't looking. I just haven't been paying attention. And it feels like it could be... I mean, I didn't look at the cards very hard. So it might be like hot garbage. But, you know... That's also a contender for a deck that historically has been kind of broken. What is this? This is nothing. This is like, I have to go into my G-Zone now and like read. Okay, this does not require chrono yet at the very least. Okay, this just requires a gear dragon of any kind. I think it's funny the gear next only requires a gear dragon, so I can ride some other grade 3 gear dragon, of which there are a few, but the ones that aren't chrono yet are, you know, they're very bad. At least Chrono Fang or some of the gear beasts have like decent skills. Okay, this is a tragedy, unlike the world has ever seen before. Well, at least the stride skills. Okay, now you show up. I can't even. Let's just do like this. It's so fun to think of a player out there that got gear next but not chronoids. Like did they commit to boosters only or what? Yeah. There's no way of knowing. At least back in the day in the G era, all of the main grade frees were gettable through like trial decks. But then again, we didn't get 4 copies. Right? Yeah, never mind. Things were not necessarily better in the G era. I remember like I didn't play the TCG during the Legion era. But during the Legion era, you still only got 1 per like high rarity card in a trial deck. Which means that if you wanted to play like the Gold Paladin Legion, you had to buy 4 copies of the trial deck. Which is like $100 or something. Or maybe not $100, but at least like $80 or $90. And I keep thinking that, oh, maybe I'll build something from the Legion era just for fun. Like, the cards have got to be cheap now, right? Because it's been like 5 years or 6 years or something. No, it's been even more. It's been like, God, it's been almost 10 years. But that should have been in like 2013. Yeah, it's been like 10 years. But yeah, a lot of those cards are still very expensive, and I won. What happened? Okay. Why am I tired? 128. Jesus Christ, they're 100 ranks above me. Chrono is by doing nothing. Yeah, that's gonna be like the YouTube. When I finish this series of streams, there's gonna be like a. That's gonna be the name of the YouTube compilation. All the times I played Gear Chronicle and my opponent just gives up. That's so funny. It's more mirror matches. Yeah, sorry. I don't mean to make anyone yawn. I don't know why I'm yawning today. It's very sunny. And sun tends to make you yawn, right? Like getting... like when it's very bright. Because, direct sunlight... very funny, I think. Apparently, the direct sunlight makes your metabolism go up. So... wait, what am I doing? Okay, already misplaying. I just wasn't thinking, I guess. No, this is just bullying. We'll see. Maybe my opponent is the one who's going to beat me up. Especially since I misplayed the first thing I did. in this game. Okay, let's try the right card this time. And can I have a grade 3, please? Oh yeah, thank God. Why do I have to fetch it every time? Why is it like some kind of like horror suspense build-up every single game where I'm like, oh, will I misride? Will this game just be like a complete waste of my time? Or will I like God, or will I just magically draw Chronoid in like the last second before my third turn? Comparing small chrono and big chrono is fun. Like, wow, he got a tan. Where? I don't see it. I guess his complexion is a little bit different. Okay. Doesn't really matter. I guess we can put you back into the deck. And get a grade 2? Yeah, they do. It's slightly different. Ever so slightly. I think it's actually kind of interesting because obviously the art direction changed between the third and the fourth season, and in the anime, the character designs were like very different, or like significantly different. Like the style was different. But in Zero, I feel like one of the things that I enjoy the most with like the art in Zero for the G era is that I feel like they've been trying really hard to kind of connect that disconnect, I guess, and make character designs that feel more consistent. So it's kind of like so the art style for the characters in G Next really feels like it's kind of like a compromise between the old and the new art style, and I really like some of the art, honestly, because yeah, it's just really nicely made. It's like they really looked at both art styles and were like, okay, what can we do to kind of bridge that gap and kind of make it feel more consistent, but still kind of not eliminate the differences completely, because some of the differences are, you know, they're still kind of important to, you know, the character, to reflect the character developments and things like that. So overall, I think I'm actually quite impressed. Because the art style in Next and GC, it was quite how would you say, it was quite inconsistent. So yeah, I feel like they managed to make it just a lot more consistent too. Also, they had like the original, like they had Tomi Nagamari, who's the original anime like art director slash character designer. She did like a lot, like the key art for Zero, and I feel like they really like they've gone out of their way to really like use her style as like the basis for everything, which is also quite nice. Let's see how I will fare. I have a PG and nothing else. Hang on, am I gonna die? Oh wait, I have 2 PGs, never mind. It's okay. Second check. Wait, did they only call 1 card? Huh. Well, I healed, which was... That was like very good timing for a heal. I guess I'll ride. It really is just the same 2 strides every single game. I mean, Gear Next wouldn't have been like a terrible choice here. But I guess I just feel like when my opponent has that many intercepts, I just don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Okay. Hang on. Well, whatever. Attack there. And here, I guess. Maybe I should have done that backwards. Hang on. Let's just do like this. Oops. Healing again, okay. We've seen 2 PGs, 2 heals. So I guess this is gonna be a PG. Yeah, there we go. I guess it was bullying in the end. Because it was like 4 to 5? No, 4 to... yeah. They got vibe checked pretty hard in the end. Can we get to 30? That would be fun. Because my first game that I did before the stream, which was my first game today, it went so badly. I was just like, okay, this is gonna be like the vibe for today, I guess, where I just lose every single game, but it hasn't been like that at all. Mainly because I feel like my opponents have just been kind of bombing so hard, like either like so many people, like I think 2 people just gave up. Then we had like the Pale Moon player who just completely mistried, and the Link Joker player who couldn't unlock their own front row. So we have 1 hour left. Or I guess it should be like an hour and a half, because it only counts like full hours. Yeah. I guess it should keep going playing Universal Flop Era. Yeah, everyone is in their flop era right now except for me. Even the person who was like 129 just gave up. So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird vibe. But I guess a lot of people are playing, you know, maybe even like some more casual players who just want to like get up. This is another fun matchup. Yeah, I feel like we have also been running into like all sorts today, like a lot of like fun matchups. I guess that was kind of what I was hoping, that rank would be quite lively and that there would be like all sorts of different people playing. Yeah, they're taunting me. Because I wanted that skin quite badly. I was just being super lazy and indecisive about it. I've seen so many people in like the Vanguard Zero like communities that I've kind of like peeked into around like the end of service announcement, and I see so many people who are like, oh, what game are you gonna play now, like instead of Vanguard Zero, and in my mind I'm like, I'm not gonna play any other game, okay? I'm going to play real video games, and I'm going to put more time into my other hobbies, I think. I mean, obviously I guess maybe I might play a mobile game, but I'm not gonna play a game as much as I've been playing Vanguard Zero, you know? Like nothing is going to, like I'm not gonna find like a new game that I put like several hours a week into. Or I guess I might, you know, find one, but I'm not gonna go out and like actively look for it. But I guess it depends. I guess that some, you know, if you're a person who has a long commute, or if you're a person who cannot afford console gaming or PC gaming, then of course I understand that you wanna, you know, find something new that's like fun to put your time into. I also feel like, to a degree, or like personally, I feel like one thing that I'm definitely gonna miss with Vanguard Zero is that it actually has had like a significant kind of positive effect on my mental health. And the reason for that is because personally, with my relationship that I have with the game, is that when I wake up in the morning and I like grab my phone or like my mobile device, I think personally it's better for my mental health to play Vanguard Zero for a little bit, the first thing I do in the morning or the last thing I do before I go to bed, than to like go on Twitter or go on Tumblr. I feel like that is like usually that has like a negative effect on my mood. Like it's either like no effect or a negative effect, especially if it's early in the morning. Like I've just awakened, because at that point you don't have like I think you're quite affected by the first thing you see in the morning. So in that sense, it's not so bad to have like a mobile game to kind of lean back on, because I mean, provided you do not have like other things in the game that might be causing you issues, like feeling a lot of pressure from people in your community to play, or like drama that's going on within the game. Like obviously that can also be very stressful and very damaging, but Vanguard Zero generally hasn't really had a lot of drama. Like the community has been quite small and quite, you know, obviously people have been upset with like some of the choices they've made in the game during the game's lifetime, but it hasn't been like extreme or anything. It hasn't been like I can't exist in like a Vanguard related space or even like a Vanguard Zero space without getting like affected by a super negative mindset like that. It hasn't, like I've never experienced anything like that. Okay, I feel like my intercepts are working. We got Blaster Blade too here. Or Blaster Blade Spirit. Yeah, this guy is kind of fun because he retires any unit that he attacks, regardless of the power difference, which makes him actually a very good card. At least for a while it was quite popular to run, you know, intercepts that got power during the opponent's turn. And he just completely bypasses that, like he doesn't care at all. Drop zone, let's find you. Let's see. Okay. Should we activate this? Okay, I kind of regret doing that now, but oh my god, okay, that was kind of bad. Whatever. Kind of made no difference whatsoever in the end. Well, no. My opponent is down to 2 cards, so this should... I'm kind of winning. They have 4 heal triggers left. Let's do this. Yeah, that's expected. Hang on, wait. Yeah, I really like his how would you say, like his standard or his base or his original stride chant. I think it's quite nice. Even if you get a heal trigger, we should be fine. Yeah. Yeah. I still feel like it kind of stands out because even Shion says, he says, 僕の情熱は君の剣と共に? It's something like that. So even he uses like, so in Sion's case, it really gives you the feeling that his relationship with Altmaier is very personal, because he uses like his regular like pronouns that he would use at any point. But with Chrono, it's kind of the opposite. Like he kind of, yeah, he's very like ceremonial about it and very like kind of regal or whatever. So it really gives kind of a completely like the opposite vibe, that to him he almost kind of enters a role, like a different role completely compared to like his usual self. Like he's just like the vessel to like call upon these these strides or something. Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun. I think, you know, as a lover of like card game anime in general, the chants and stuff, it's always very interesting to like. Yeah, he completely switches vibes. Yeah, I definitely agree. Okay, so we're kind of forced to ride her, even though I don't want to. So yeah, it's just fun to like examine them. Yeah, it's always a hype, especially when, you know, when there's a new chant and you're like, ooh. And it kind of represents the character's kind of era in that season. Yeah. And I also kind of think it's funny because I feel like it's something that is very like unifying in a way. Like it's kind of hard to meet someone who likes card game anime who doesn't get excited about that sort of thing. It's like, I guess it's like kind of, I guess it's just, why is it so hard to register my clicks in this corner? It just doesn't like me for some reason. Like, it's just one of the draws of card game anime, I guess. Can I? No. I don't use the emotes nearly enough, I think. I mean, I guess card game anime would be insufferable to someone who dislikes stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I'm not... The thing is that personally, like the older I get, it's like I don't like shonen nearly as much as when I was a teenager, obviously, because I'm not a teenager anymore. But card game anime is always gonna be like my... like the exception, I guess. So I think it's... I don't know why, but I feel like it's cooler in card game anime than it is in other shows. Because, I mean, there's lots of anime where they have, like, chants or they have, like, attack names or whatever. But for some reason, I just don't find it nearly as cool or as interesting. Though on the other hand, every time does that stuff IRL, even if it's for a joke and they're being self-aware about it, I immediately want to die. Yeah. I feel like it does depend kinda on the context. Sometimes if I'm playing with like teenagers and they do it, then part of me is like, it's kind of cute because they're kids. So I wouldn't cringe to death in that case, because I'm just like, you know, teenagers are allowed to be cringe, like that's what they are. They can't help it. And it can even be like a teeny tiny bit cute when they do it. And I guess if someone does it like ironically, like some people have the comedic timing to kind of pull it off maybe. But yeah, I get what you mean. In real life it's definitely a completely different vibe. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah. I haven't been in too many situations where I've had to endure something like that, but yeah, there are definitely people who whose only exposure to the game is the anime, and then they go to locals. And it might take them some time to like adjust to, you know, what is and isn't, like what aspects of the anime do translate to real life and which ones don't. Yeah, Mahou Shoujo kind of gets a pass. Yeah, I definitely agree. But Mahou Shoujo is kind of, I feel like the difference between card game anime and Mahou Shoujo, like the thing that Mahou Shoujo and card game anime have in common compared to other anime, is what I want to say, is that they make such a big deal about it. Like it's so much like flair and stuff that's put into it that they kind of own it in a different way, and they don't pretend. Like it's such a integral part of the. Oh god, okay, I dropped a PG. First of all, it's such an integral part of the genre to begin with, that it's kind of inseparable from the genre itself. First of all. Second of all, like I said, they make such a big deal about it and they really like own it. Whereas I feel like some other anime, like some shonen anime, they try so hard to be cool or be edgy. But card game anime and Mahou Shoujo are both like, they are so like sincere. I think like they're so sincere about what this kind of like that kind of expression or that style of writing and presenting you know, the different characters, like signature cards or signature like transformation sequences, that if it just feels so sincere. So there's no like, yeah, you end up just respecting it more, I think. But at the very least, it meshes very well with the overall tone. It's different when a shonen anime tries to be like super, like I don't know, like political or super like edgy and real, but then the characters are still like I don't know. It doesn't mesh nearly as well. Because like Yu-Gi-Oh, especially, like Yu-Gi-Oh just owns it. Like it's like we're cringe and we're proud. I don't know. Because Yu-Gi-Oh to me, I feel like, especially, it depends on the anime, of course, because Yu-Gi-Oh has so many different like eras. But I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh, especially like the original, like the writing style is so unique. It's kind of hard to find anything to compare it to. Like even in the shonen genre, I'm like, the original Yu-Gi-Oh especially, like the dialogue is so out there. It's so striking. It's so strange. Like it almost, I think almost the closest is like JoJo. It's like kind of adjacent in kind of like the narrative or like the dialogue style. Because everything is just so outlandish and so strange in Yu-Gi-Oh. Card game animes where cringe goes to die, I guess. Yeah. Kinda, yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like But like I said, it's like, it's not as cringe because they own it. Like, that kind of confidence, or that kind of, you know, that makes it not cringe. It's more cringe if you try to make it something that it's not, you know. But both card game anime and mahou shoujo is like, we know what we are like bound to these narrative traditions, and we're not trying to like be like, you know, we're not trying to be anything else than what we are. With so much anime, you just try so hard to be edgy. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so, yeah. Basically, I was just gonna say that the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a very different like narrative style. Wow, same thought. I don't know exactly what that was about, but I guess, you know, I said a lot of things. And I also feel like I was just repeating myself over and over, but yeah. And you know, any and all card game anime kind of can't, as hard as they might try, they still end up kind of embracing like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Narrative tradition in a way, like one way or another. So it just kind of fits. But honestly, I feel like since I watched Vanguard, part of me, okay, everyone is just giving up today. I think it's because we are getting so close to the end of the season that most of my opponents don't see much reason to keep playing when they know they're gonna lose, and they would much rather jump into the next game. Oh, we are now Legend 30. Should I play Luard now? For the last hour? I mean, I'm gonna suck ass. I'm going to have like 100% lose rate, I'm sure. Because I have no idea how it works. Well, I know how it works, like I've read all the cards, I've even played the deck before, but I haven't. Luard time, okay. Let's do, because I want the next stream to be kind of a proper like Luard stream. But I feel like we can do, see, we only got like an hour and 5 minutes left before the season ends, and I feel like it would be a good time to look. 75th place. That's quite good. That's way higher than I thought. Suck ass time. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I didn't take this before because I wanted. God, okay, never mind. It's still not full, so it's fine. Okay. Okay, so I should change the layout because I had layout prepared. So let's remove my transparent Chronos that I worked so hard on. Hang on. I have so many images in this now. And if I have 2 chats, I don't need 2 chats. Goodbye. I recall the chat was here, and the logo was like small, and it was like here. And also I hang on. Yeah, sadly, tragically, Ren is a part of this layout. Oh yeah, I got these two. Look, they're so cute. I can make this smaller or bigger. If I could have, I would have made these little guys, these. If I could, I would have made them like a lot bigger. Like I would have made them like, instead of having like this picture, I might have just had this here. But as you can see, it's very, very low resolution. So it looks very bad. Hang on. But yeah, I could have maybe like made my own version, like taken like a few hours and just kind of made my own, because the design is so simple. So I could have just kind of like traced it and made my own, but yeah, I had no idea if it was gonna turn out any good. Okay, okay, so basically Luard works like this. You want grade 1s in the drop zone, and then depending on how many grade 1s you have, your skills activate. Like this guy is locked behind ritual 5, which means I need to have 5 grade 1s that I have sacrificed and put into the drop zone. I have no idea what I'm supposed to stride in this. I feel like everyone uses this guy. Drag Abyss. Yeah, so I'm not super yeah, I should like make them transparent and just copy paste, like put them over their faces. Yeah. And I have no idea like how, like this guy, I can call him Counterblast 1, then I can retire 1 grade 1 that has a ritual ability, and then I can draw 2 cards, which is very good.
Vanguard attack drive check.
Okay. I really like these sleeves, by the way. I think they're very cute. They're another like line stamp series, apparently. Okay, I'm grade 3. Should I activate this guy? He's not. Okay. Let's call the owl. And I can add a lure to my hand. I might do that. I don't know if that's good. And then I can call this guy, activate him. I can kill the owl. No! Okay, so I discard. What? Yeah, it's... God, how did I... Okay, so I... This is going amazing, okay? Don't tell me it's not going amazing so far. Why did I... It literally says... discard. So I have no idea why I thought it was retire. I think it's because so many of the cards in this deck retires. Yeah, yeah, I think Kazuma's smile is so cute and funny. It's literally the like smug smiling emoji. Yeah, I think Ren and Kazuma are both like the smug smiling emoji, but still kind of like they still kind of have like a different vibe, which is why I quite like this image. This is the 3rd anniversary image they released, and they did like a bunch of merch and stuff. And it's quite nice. I'm not like crazy generally about these types of like outfits, I guess. Like the suits and the capes. Like that's not my favorite kind of, you know, outfit. In that case, I vastly prefer like the second anniversary they did, which was a bit more casual, but still, you know, still dressed up, but a more casual take on it. But I think like the color scheme, and I think like the it's also really cool that they actually choose two non-main characters. Which is, you know, it's kind of nice. Even though, yeah, Tri-Free never had like a anniversary illustration, which, I mean, that also would have been very nice. This is Jewel Knights. I ran into a Jewel Knight player like last night. And I got my ass beaten like pretty badly. Okay. So Soul Blast, G Persona Blast, and retire one rear guard, and now it is retire for sure. Call 2 grade 1s from the deck. If they have ritual, then choose and retire one rear guard from of the opponents. No, if I have, okay, yeah, it just gets power. Wait, hang on. I don't get it. What do you mean CV? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. It's asking me about the strike cost, which I know Luard has a way to calculate the strike cost, and I just, hang on, I need to read that because I wasn't sure what I was agreeing to doing because I didn't have time to read it. So he has a Ritual X. When you stride, I'm trying to read. When you stride, counterblast 4. Oh yeah, and return so and so many cards to the deck. Okay, so you can return one card to the deck and play. Okay, so 4 counterblast, return one card to the deck, and that's the strike cost. And then with every grade 1 that you have in the drop zone, it is reduced. The cost is reduced by 1 counterblast. Okay. I thought it wanted me to discard. That's why I got super scared there for a second because I wasn't sure how much I should discard and for what. Yeah, and this is just a stride skill. You can counterblast 1, and you can call 1 grade 1 from the deck. And if it has ritual, I'm trying to read. Hang on. And if it has ritual, then a unit in the same column as you in one of your opponent's rear guards, you can retire it. Okay, so I can retire like the Forerunner. Okay, I'm dead. This is entirely what I expected. I showed Tani that picture of Ren, but they know nothing about him. How would you describe him in 1-2 sentences? Ren is a big loser, that's why. Yeah, that's the first sentence. Ren is just like... God. He's just like the essential kind of jealous ex-boyfriend character. Yeah, it's the customer experience. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. It's very authentic. But other than that, I would say Ren is just like he's yeah, I'll think about that one for a little while. But he definitely starts off as just being like the toxic ex-boyfriend. Yeah, he's such an eccentric little freak. Yeah, that's that's the perfect description. What are you talking about? There we have it. There's a I spent like 2 weeks recording. This is embarrassing, but I spent like 2 weeks recording all of the My Room conversations that exist in this game. So they're actually on my YouTube channel. I have them all uploaded and stuff, and they're all like in playlists and whatever. I just haven't they're privated. They're on private. I'm going to unprivate them soon, probably. I just want to like double check that I have everything. But there's over like 600 unique conversations in this game, which is more than I thought there'd be. I knew that there would probably be like a few hundred, but there's over 600 unique character interactions that you can trigger. And one interaction that Ren has, and I forget which character he talks to. Okay, for some reason I'm blanking on the character that he interacts with. But in in this conversation, he admits that he has had like a several-year-long ruse where he's been pretending that he doesn't know how to tie his shoelaces. And he's been doing this because he wants Tetsu to tie his shoelaces for him. And I think that's very in character. And I think that's also so Ren isn't just like the vindictive ex-boyfriend, and he's not just only a kind of little freaky eccentric guy. He's also you know, he's up to all sorts of things. Zero with the real lore, yeah. That's definitely This is why I'm so sad that this game is gonna be gone, going to be gone forever in 1 month. Because the real lore drops, they are happening in this game. Which is why I took my time to record all of those conversations. Because some of them are so funny. Yeah, he contains multitudes of fuckery. Yeah, exactly. He's like gaslighting all of his closest friends on a daily basis. But like, he's just quirky, you know. Your Honor, he's just being quirky. But yeah, I ran into an issue because I spent like a whole day. Okay, sorry, and I need to pay attention. Okay, so first of all, I only have one. This guy counts as a grade 1 in the drop zone, so I only have one grade 1, and I don't want to pay God, I can't pay like free counterblasts. Am I supposed to do something else? Hang on. I guess I could just pay the strike cost normally. Yeah, I think first turn I'm really just supposed to pay the strike cost normally. And then I can counterblast 1 to call 2 grade 1s. Oh god, okay. I have many to choose from. Let's pick 2 of... Okay, it's just 1, never mind. I pick her. Okay, okay, so I called the wrong card. This is a grade 1, so that's so last. Okay. This guy activates when he's retired? Yeah. So now we get to call. Let's call you instead. Okay, both of you. Retire her. Power. Let's give power to this column. Let's call both Morphesas. She gets to call a grade 1 if I recall. If I'm ritual free. Am I ritual free? Yes. Is it only after she... Yeah, it's after the attack. God. Will I even be able to extend? I don't think so. Oh yeah, she gets power. Okay, let's hope for a trigger. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that one... I didn't make like a major misplay, so... Good. Yeah, meet the Foo Fighters. Gaslight, Ren, Gatekeep, Tetsu, Girl Boss, Asaka. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Yeah, okay, so this guy doesn't really like... It's not pressure, it's just... You get a field. Okay, a crit in the damage zone is not great. And my front row is locked. Does this deck even have resist? I feel like there's... Wasn't there one card? Or am I mixing it up with something else? I run one Leopold because I did not know, because I have one slot left. I have no idea what to run. No, I don't think there's... Wait. No, I do not have a single resist unit. The critical trigger is quite interesting because it recycles itself at the end of turn. So you really want to run four of the critical trigger. Are you gonna extend even more? I don't think so. Because this guy... Okay, yeah. Okay, I should be able to win this actually if I just do not mess up. Okay. Just let's try something. Yeah. Yes. Let's put you back. Definitely it's a time limit right now that is like my biggest enemy. Let's just call, this should be more faster here too, perfect. Does she have to hit? I should have checked that before. Yeah, it has to hit. Yes, we'll attack here first. Okay, healing. So I might not. Okay. If the last card is another PG, then all is lost. Okay. Very nice. I feel like I got lucky. I was so concentrated on what I was doing that I was barely able to pay attention to what my opponent was doing. So I had no idea if they played well. I noticed they started Amnesty Messiah, which kind of surprised me. So I guess maybe they were maybe their G-Zone isn't like super updated. Yeah, this is a person who has definitely like remade. Yeah, it's still, thank you, it's still nice. Like that's my first win in ranked with this deck, so definitely not too bad. Because I feel like even if they were a beginner or a returning player, I still feel like I am also a new player with this deck. Like I am probably concentrating just as hard as they are. This is okay, so it's another Link Joker player. I feel like this might go badly because I feel like Messiah still gives you a bit more swing room. Chaos Breaker is just so oppressive. I love it when the opponent replies. Okay, wait, I didn't. Okay, so I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, Lord is kind of complicated. I feel like it might not be the most complicated deck, but it's definitely one of those decks where if you're learning to play it, you kind of definitely have to pay attention to different things than you normally would. Cause yeah, like in contact, like for comparison, I feel like the Gear Chronicle Zodiac Time Beast deck is probably like the easiest the Gear Chronicle has ever been to play. And this deck is just kind of hard. Like again, it's not super complex. I still feel like there are harder decks, like Angel Feather is hard. Like Angel Feather is hard. I also feel like Alt Miles surprisingly hard. You know, I feel like this and Alt Mile is probably on the same level of difficulty. Because similarly, Alt Mile just kind of forces you to think differently about a lot of things. And yeah, Messiah is also kind of difficult. I think like the main reason that I was timing out and panicking in my first game is also just because the stride costs are completely different. So you have like, it wants you to pay either for counterblasts. Like you can stride normally, but you can also like pay for counterblast and put a card back into the deck, and then the counterblasts are, you know, you pay one less counterblast for each grade 1 you have in your drop zone. And I was just panicking and reading it, and yeah. And I already have 2 cards locked, which is not great. I don't know if this is like feasible for me to win this when I barely know how anything functions. Let's just try it normally, I think. Yeah. Okay. What do we call? Again, I have no resistance, so I have no idea what is like the best. This guy goes in the soul. Wait. This guy doesn't... No, right, he doesn't cast a counterblast, thank God. I was for sure I had misplayed there for a second. Okay. Literally I am just like cycling grade 1s from my deck to my field, to my drop zone. Because that's what you do when you play Luard. I really would have liked to heal. Okay. I should have gone with a different attack order there. Yes. I also should... There's a newer Forerunner. Maybe I should be playing that guy instead. Because I remember when I was building the deck the other day, I thought to myself, you know, there's also a new Forerunner. I can't forget to exchange the old one for the new one, but then I forgot to do that. So yeah. But this guy is still like, if you tire him, if he's retired, he goes in the soul, and you can give another unit 5k. Okay, now you have to place a card as a locked card. And another one. This isn't gonna work. Should I... One, two, three, four. So I can't use Ogma. Let's try this again. Let's put the one grade 1 back. This is probably not the card that I'm supposed to strike. Wait, I have... God, I don't know if I want to call anything, but let's call you. Yeah, counterblast one. You know, I'm gonna call over. I'm gonna activate him. Wait. Okay, that might have... Okay, yeah. I guess I just wanted to try and like draw into a PG or something, but it did not happen. Okay, a crit. Very nice. Wait. She has a skill in the drop zone. I need to remember that she does, so I don't forget to activate her, because the Zodiac Time Beast grade 1 also has a skill in the drop zone, but I forget about it all the time. And I mean, most of the time it's not that relevant, and I feel like I had such a I've been so unlucky with my PGs in general in that deck that it hasn't been super relevant for me to remember. But basically you can bind a card with the same name as that card in the drop zone if they're both in the drop zone, and then you can add one of them to the other to your hand. So you can technically just bounce a PG back to your hand. Okay, I take 1 damage, and I do not get to check anything. Put the Forerunner in the hang on. No? Yeah. Come on, heal me. No. Yeah, this isn't like a great matchup for learning a deck, so yeah. We have now, I think, 30 minutes left until the season ends. So I guess we should be able to get in like 1 or 2 more games. And yeah, so that should be around the 3-hour mark of the stream. Oracle, I guess. This is a lot better. This is more my kind of opponent and not Chaos Breaker.
Vanguard Zero.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is just a ADP farmer. Well, we already started, so let's just. I mean, a 3k base means that this goes a lot faster. At least this person is very fast going through their turn. Yes, activate the skill. I feel like there aren't that many good targets to call. Okay. Here we go. Maybe my grade 1 lineup should be different. I took out Swordbreaker mainly because I don't see that many other people playing her at all. So I just kind of assume that the like I'm basically just playing the cards that I have a memory of seeing other people play. But obviously I'm still learning, so like I'm in the middle of figuring everything out. So yeah, I feel like Swordbreaker, you know, there's so much superior call, so the opportunities that you have to use are quite many. But she also does not have ritual. So okay, Bermuda. This is the first Bermuda player of today. Okay, this is a pretty good hand. For my second try, I really should, because the exciting thing is that I have one of the things that I made sure to do when I was building this deck is that I went in and used my select packs to pull in the set that gets you Ultima. So I have Ultima in this deck. So yeah, and Ultima is quite good with Luard, I think. So can Ultima be used already on second stride? I think so. Let's stride. This is only in the drop zone in the deck, so if I activate this guy again, yeah, I will be forced to discard a PG. Come on, I need a trigger. Okay, no. Wait, is this... This doesn't seem to be coral, which is nice. This... Is my opponent a bit slow? Or is it just me? Oh, I have, yeah. I only have one of, the regular art. We get the heal trigger. Still can't activate this guy. Guess... Hang on. I won't be... Wait, is it grade 1 or... No, it has to be a grade 1. This is... Okay, wait. No. I definitely should have called the critical trigger. Because I can always just retire it in the next round. Okay, healing. Come on, can we get one more trigger, please? No. Alright. What will you ride? Come on. I'm just not very familiar with these cards. In the next turn, let's see. I only have 2 grade 1s in my drop zone. Well, all of my intercepts are gonna count as grade 1s, so that helps. This is... He isn't GB2 or anything. He's just Ritual 5. This is GB3, GB2. I also have Phantom Blaster Diablo here because I didn't know what else to run. So I have this guy because he's completely generic. So it's just like Cannon Blast 1, Persona Blast, GB2 of course, and then retire free rear guards. And then he has like guard restrict, and yeah. Depending on how many like rear guards. Yeah, and it also retires the like remaining rear guards and stuff of the opponents. So it's quite strong, mainly just because of the guard restrict, and it gets a critical. So it's just a very like. Okay, so I can counterblast one, or I can discard. You know what? I'm just gonna discard the Great Free. Activate. I have 2 PGs in the drop zone. Sorry, damage zone. Which is just not... it's just not very good. Yeah, I don't need a grade 2. I need a booster. This guy gets power. Right? No, wait, it's the girl. It's the witch who gets power. I keep mixing them up. But now, this guy can go into soul. Which might be what I want. Power, let's give power here. No, he doesn't activate. This... He's in the soul. Does not count. Does it not count as a... He doesn't have ritual. That's strange. That's so strange. Well, lesson learned. Okay. Let's just call. Wait, I called the wrong card. Oh well. I was not paying enough attention. She gets 5k. Let's just... Okay, so that was definitely bad. Because obviously I wanted that to be backwards. Also. Because the 19k booster, obviously you want that behind, you know, the right column. Okay, so he does get power. Yeah, it's a hit. Yeah. It's a 10k booster, which is not bad at all. I was just thinking, I was kind of mixing them up because she gets 7k as a ritual 5 and he gets 3k as a ritual 3. So I was just kind of mixing them up before because their conditions are kind of different. Because this is just like a permanent and this is just on boost. In the end though, I feel like I misplayed definitely, but my opponent did not get a damage trigger, so it was fine. So yeah. I have never seen some of these strides before. At least I haven't seen them used like in the game. I only have one PG and a heal trigger, so this could be a very bad time. Because she, she puts 3 rear guards at the top of the deck. So then she restands and she gets drive -2. Wait. So if you have great... Wait, no, it's sorry, it's at the bottom of the deck, yeah. I don't know why I read top of the deck. Because if it was top of the deck, then that could well, that could be very OP. Because then even if you have less drive, it's still like... Okay, yeah, I'm dead. Unless I have 3 heal triggers left. So that's the PG. Yes. And that's the heal trigger. And then I need to check a heal. Yes! Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. I finally got the 6 damage heal that is going to make me win the game. The outplay, yeah, I played... okay, oh my god. I don't know if striding this specific card was a good idea. Jesus Christ, I gotta hurry up. Let's just retire everything in the back row. Okay, I didn't need to, hang on. She needs to attack a Vanguard and hit. Oh, okay, so she needs to hit the Vanguard, so it's... Okay, she gets power, so that was kind of a waste. Well, whatever. 1, 2, 3. And the critical trigger should go back. No, it's at the end of the turn. Yeah, okay. No. Just because I'm running out of time. Oh yeah, okay. That might have... I don't know. That might have been a mistake. I don't know these strides well enough. I just know it gets crit and it does the, you know... It gets a crit and it gets to... Yeah, that was, you know, the fact that I haven't done any 6 damage heals so far. It has definitely been like a skill issue on my part. But yeah, I feel like Ogma, no. I just feel like, since I have no PGs, no heal, no nothing. But I guess, did my opponent have, because, hold on. Because this, she had resist. And this other girl did not have resist. So I guess technically I could have... Because obviously I don't have any more of Dragabyss. But Dragabyss retires 1, so that would have given me 1 more attack. And he gets crit and drive. and God Restrict. But he doesn't get as much power. He also only retires 2 rear guards instead of 3, like Diablo does. Oh my god. Was that the last? She restands? Yeah, she restands. I have one more trigger. Let's go. This is like, we talked before about doing 12 damage and losing. This is what this is. No, yeah. I am dead. Did I have 2 PGs in? No. I finally... Waste your opponent's time, you know, just for the sake of it. And of course the last damage check is the PG. Now we only have 10 minutes left before the season ends. Because that game just took so long because I wouldn't stop healing. God, imagine if I would have had like one more PG in my hand. That would have been crazy. I'm sorry to my opponent. Yeah, one more game. If we can match with someone. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I am sorry because... I mean, it's funny. It's very, very funny, but I am sorry because it's not... like, at that point, we're just wasting their time. Like... Nothing different is gonna happen because I was gonna lose either way. Like the heals made no difference. But yeah, it was very funny. And now we have a Kagero player. Is this gonna be Blade Master? Yeah, it's Blade Master. You don't see a lot of Blade Master, honestly. They updated the because normally it would take several months for the PR, like the rank reward PR cards to show up in the exchange. But obviously now, since the game is shutting down, they made like all the cards available. Yeah, I have no idea if they're cheap or not. I think I mean, they might be. I mean, they weren't. I mean, they were good for a while. Like, people were playing them for a while. And they did, like, decent to good, I think. But since they haven't gotten any support since then, I can't imagine that they're very expensive. The one thing that would, of course, be expensive would be, like, the SPs and the signed cards and stuff that have, like, unique art. Those are probably more like those probably have just gotten more and more expensive, because those are like even people who don't play Vanguard probably want those. Like just as, you know, like trading, sorry, not trading, but like collectors items. Is he like a, can I choose? Oh yeah, it's a counterblast, so obviously I can choose not to activate. Come on. Because I remember some of the SPs were like some of the most expensive cards in the entire game for a while. Like the Bandori cards. Oh! Critical trigger. It's 5-2. This final game probably isn't gonna finish in 3 minutes, so I don't think that this is gonna count towards my my final score. I never really figured out exactly how that works, because yeah, I have no idea. Like, does it go to my next season, or does it just disappear into the void? They're releasing like a, God, what's the name again? The why am I blanking so hard? On the yeah, the token Rambu. They're making like a token Rambu collab again in the D series. And at this point, I just find it quite funny because it's this exact same card arts as the collab they did in the G era and in the V era. So they've done 3 different Token Rambu collabs in the 3 eras of Vanguard. And every single time they've used the exact same card art. Oh yeah, I heard about the D token Rambu. Let them die, or at least just make some new art. It's fine. Like the collab itself is like, sure, but why? Like, I guess the app hasn't updated its art in this whole time, I guess. But oh yeah, I know that art is like expensive, but they could have some new art. Okay, power. Let's give the power to her. Let's call. Come on. Probably should have given the power to the Vanguard. That would have been better. Okay. Draw trigger? I have a PG and 2 hit triggers. I might be okay. I wonder, like, are there like die-hard Token Rambu fans that don't play Vanguard that have now bought the D trial deck and set and the V trial deck and set and the D, like, have they bought like all the 3 versions, like 3 or 4 years apart, or did they just buy like the first one? and then ignore the others, or like I'm not sure. Like obviously, there's probably a lot of overlap with people who like Token Rambo and people who like Vanguard. But if I was a Token Rambo diehard fan, I don't know. I feel like I would still like to get something more out of the collab, you know. God, is the Hillgirl gonna be enough? Yeah, it's... No, it's not enough. God damn it. I should have drawn more. Like, I have quite a lot of cards that lets me draw. So I should have tried to cycle through my deck more. I really need to, like, start thinking about that sort of thing. But yeah, it's 2 minutes past 5 p.m. Yeah. It didn't... Did it reduce my score? It might not have reduced my score. Let's check it out. Because it should have been... Yeah, it's connecting. Yes. So, the person who gave up against us today, I think, is this person in 128th. So that's kind of fun. They also haven't changed the name back, I guess. And we were 76th, which is pretty good. It's definitely higher than I thought it would be. That's because we got like kind of a win streak at the end. I managed to get to 30. Now I have all these rewards. Yeah. I don't play Narukami, so it's a bit kind of a waste. And the next season is Gabriel, which surprised me when I saw it earlier today. I saw someone say that it's gonna be like the last rank season, and I couldn't really see like the source on that. It might have been like the last global season. Now some Narukami player will see you, and that will be their global. Yeah, probably. We should make sure to play Angel Feather at some point. It would be really fun to play Angel Feather during, Angel Feather season. And yeah, it was really fun to try out Lord. I'm probably gonna play him again next time. And we'll see what happens, I guess. Yeah. I might try and practice before then and now. So I don't, so that I'm not quite as confused, especially not about like my my strides and stuff. Might also try and like do a bit of research and see what people are actually playing. I have gone up from 0 to 2 wins with Shadow Paladin. Amazing. Yes. I guess we can move him up. Wait. Hang on. No, let's not do that right now. Never mind. And I also had a new banner. Another Kami banner. Probably still like the least season that I feel like I want to brag about, because it was so easy to rank in the top 100 this time. It was quite ridiculously easy, I feel like, because I haven't even been playing every day. Let's put our new trophy on the wall. Come on. There we go. Why are you in the corner? Come on. So yeah, Gabriel's season is gonna be fun. I feel like the next like 2 weeks I really wanna play decks that I normally don't play. So I really wanna play Luard, I really wanna play Angel Feather. Yeah, and I was also thinking that for Aichi's birthday should be hang on. It's on Tuesday next week. So for Aichi's birthday I would really like to play Blasters. Even if just for one stream, just kind of mess around and play some Blasters. So that's also part of the plan. But next stream is definitely going to be Luard. Then maybe Blasters. Then maybe Gabriel. And yeah, I also want to play Overlord, like I've said before. But yeah, I think this is like a really good spot to end things for today, because I've already been streaming for over 3 hours. So yeah, I think it went surprisingly well today. And I feel like I have no idea how good Luard is. Whenever I run into Luard in rank these days, it's generally like the Gise Luard deck. So I have no idea how good it is, and I have no idea, even if I learn the deck, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to climb. But yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna try and play it and try and learn it. But it was also kind of fun to try and learn it on stream. I feel like it's, you know, it's a bit different. It's a bit difficult and it's a bit different, but it went surprisingly well. I feel like we played like 4 or 5 games and I won 2, which is a lot better than I expected. I expected to just lose every single game. So yeah, it's it feels like it's been ages already since I streamed last time. So yeah, but it's only Wednesday today. Today really has kind of like a Friday vibe for some reason. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and stream again on Saturday, same time as today. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday. And we'll revisit Luard and try not to get my ass completely kicked into the ground. So yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. And yeah, see you on Saturday. Yeah, you're very welcome. It was a very fun time. Yeah. And I'm still kind of shocked that I managed to get top 100. So that's been like a great like bonus this week. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And I'll see you on Saturday. Goodbye.